All right, guys. So the Wednesday Night War is here. We got NXT. This is the last NXT right before In Your House, and then we got AEW Dynamite with the TNT Championship is being defended for the very first time. So figure out who won for the week in this week's episode. So NXT starts off with Mia Yim versus Candice LeRae. So obviously they've been feuding for a while. This match doesn't really get anywhere as they fight and it causes a double count out. And then Gargano comes in to try to help out his wife, but then Keith Lee comes in and they both in street clothes. So then we get a mixed tag team match player that is being entered into it. So then we got Gargano and Candice LeRae taking on Mia Yim and Keith Lee. Mixed tag team matchup. The matchup, like I said, it was what you expect. They both had on street clothes anyway. Mia Yim is trying to check on Keith Lee after Gargano stabs him in the eye with a key. And then Candice LeRae rolls her up and they win. And Keith Lee is trying to grab Gargano, but he slips out the ring. His hand is in between the steel steps and Gargano kicks it and injures his hand. So all this opening segment, you know what I'm saying, how'd you feel about it?
I mean, it was alright. Honestly, I didn't have no problems with it. With the impromptu tag match or anything.
Well, we're going to get an impromptu tag match at In Your House of the 6 women's tag match. So, obviously, the match of Mia and Candice LeRae is not going to be happening, which that's the match I think we should be getting at In Your House, but we're obviously not. Moving on, we get Isaiah Swerve Scott taking on Tony Nese. Remember, Tony Nese was the reason why Swerve Scott was eliminated from the Cruiserweight Championship Group B when he won up against Jack Gallagher. So now he gets his spot here to go up against Tony Nese. Good matchup here. Like I said, Swerve showcasing all his good moves here. And then he turned Tony Nese, attempted to the Sunset Driver and countering it, and then beat Tony Nese. And Jack Gallagher tried to come in there and attack him. So Swerve gets his win back over Tony Nese. Tony Nese has been on a losing streak for the longest time.
Pretty much.
So I was like, man, what's going on here? Did you enjoy the match?
I mean, it was solid. It's an NXT match, TV match. So
yeah, it was that Ashford and Simpson, solid as a rock. We get a triple threat tag team number 1 contenders match with Undisputed Era taking on Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan, taking on the returning Breezango. Breezango is back. They're in the space suits, and Fandango's looking healthier than ever. And they are in the matchup
for 2 weeks.
For about
It's always him that get injured.
Yeah, he's an injury-prone kind of guy. Not like Samoa Joe got to rely on commentary now. But, hey, I thought this right here was a really decent matchup. Didn't see the way it was going to go, though, obviously. But Fandango hits what does he call that move? The leg drop from the top rope.
The Last Dance?
The Last Dance. I was making sure I didn't want to say it wrong and be like, no, that's Jordan John. I was like, that he does call it the Last Dance, though. So, yeah, Fandango hits the Last Dance on Bobby Fish to pick up the win in a triple threat match. So they are the number 1 contenders for the tag team championships against Imperium. I mean, of course, Imperium is going to win.
They need somebody to destroy.
I was about to say, yeah, because you don't want to put them in a legit contest with that. Santana Garrett is back, and she's taking on Aaliyah. Aaliyah is still trying to audition for the Robert...
Maybe best dressed.
Say what?
Maybe the best dressed.
Who, Aaliyah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Aaliyah's starting to look better in her wrestling outfits. She's still trying to audition for the Robert Stone brand. Robert Stone was left by Chelsea Green, and now Robert Stone is still all befuddled that his brand is down. But he's trying to cheer on Aaliyah to bring the next, person in.
They might do what Chelsea Green did in TNA.
And what is it?
Is when she's supposed to have a wedding. I think she got left at the altar. She came out as that crazy character. She still had the wedding dress on every week.
Yeah.
And like her makeup was getting messed up and stuff like that.
Oh.
But for him, he probably started drinking or something.
Yeah. Okay, I see. So they're gonna put the Chelsea Green gimmick on him.
Maybe. I can see that because he looked rough this week. So
I was gonna say. So does he do the Robert Stone brand? continue it, or is it over now, you think?
I don't think it's over. I think he just his gimmick is trying so hard to find a
replacement.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, it was hard losing Chelsea Green because, it's Chelsea. So, Aaliyah loses the matchup at the Tank Air, gets lost with the back handspring moonsault, and then Robert Stone is not impressed by Aaliyah, and I don't think Aaliyah's going to keep trying, but this is an ongoing storyline where I think Aaliyah is eventually going to end up with him, but I don't think Aaliyah is the one that should be. Or if she stayed with Vanessa Bourne, he could have started them over the tag team or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Your boy Cameron Grimes takes on Bronson Reed. Yes.
That's an automatic skip.
We can't skip it. We know Bronson Reed and Cameron Grimes in there. I know you're not a big fan of Cameron Grimes, but Cameron Grimes did have a pretty decent match where he hits the cave in on Bronson Reed for the win. So he's been picking up wins here.
I guess.
And then, but after the matchup, Karrion Kross comes out and beats up Bronson Reed to send a message to Tommaso Ciampa. So is it wrong to ask you how you felt about this match?
I mean, it was alright. I mean, it is a Cameron Grimes match, so it can't be that good. But
yeah, you are not a fan of Cameron Grimes.
It was minimally decent.
I don't even give Baron Corbin that much credit. Now we're getting on to the main event of NXT. Obviously, tonight on NXT was a lot of video packages hyping up the women's triple threat match at TakeOver in Your House. The Velveteen Dream and Adam Cole hype up for the Backlot Brawl that's going to be at In Your House, and then also hyping up all the other big time matches to Karrion Kross and Tommaso Ciampa. So that's what NXT was mostly been filtering out this week. Also, we're going to give the predictions on the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast. You guys can check that out of our predictions of what's going to happen at NXT TakeOver in Your House. So now we get to the main event. The main event is for the Cruiserweight Championship. Who's going to be the new Cruiserweight Champion? The finals. El Hijo del Fantasma takes on Drake Maverick for the Cruiserweight Championship. And the matchup was good. It was very entertaining. There was no doubt in my mind that Drake was losing this matchup. He was going to lose it. But then, Phantasma's goons come out, the ones who've been kidnapping everybody for the past couple months.
I thought it was blatantly obvious, but I guess some people still didn't know.
Yeah, and I was just like, but what were they kidnapping them for? I was like, we didn't get it further into that storyline or anything like that. Whatever. Then Drake Maverick dives to the outside to take out the ninja guys in the suits, comes back in, and Phantasma hits him with his finishing move. Phantasma wins the Cruiserweight Championship, and Drake Maverick gets a standing ovation from his peers and co-workers. That's gets at the crowd, and Drake Maverick crying a little bit and about to go to the back, and I'm like, they're doing the Cedric. They're doing the Could you not tell that?
I can tell that, but I was like, I can feel this was a work. I feel like this was a work from the beginning.
I don't think it's work from the beginning. He got fired, but he cried on social media. He talked about how much he loved. First of all, what's one that WWE loves? Publicity, good publicity, not the bad kind. So
yeah, but I mean, they was keeping him in the match. Like if they would have fired him.
Well, no, the thing was, he was it's just like all the other NXT stars. They let him finish his dates, and then all of a sudden he started getting over with the fans. Like, come on, Drake can actually do this. When he won a couple matches to the point
he
where it was like
over because he's fired. So it was like,
exactly. So they said they're gonna make some money off this shit, and they did.
That's why Leo Rush is mad at it.
Yeah, I can understand why he's mad.
Yeah, it was like it ain't no problem that they wanted to do it, but I mean, I lost my job on that day. I ain't get no extra chance because I cried on camera or nothing, but
Yeah, I mean, Leo Rush is another story in itself, but then Triple H comes out and gives him an NXT contract.
Just wake up one morning and say, I don't like Mark Henry.
Yeah, and he signs his 10-page contract. So I don't know. It probably is in a contract stating that, hey, we can fire you again. You know that, right? But he ain't
Well,
read it.
here's the line where you don't get paid. Sign that.
Exactly. So Dre might don't know what he signed, but he signed. So
and this is just a nitpick.
yeah.
Why did Triple H come out, give him the contract, and hand it to him to sign, and then gave him the contract to celebrate? Should Triple H take that back?
Yeah, it is a nitpick, but yeah, I get you. that is a nitpick, but hey, I'm not mad at you on that one. So that was NXT for this week. So he doesn't. It's a bittersweet. He doesn't have the championship, but he has his job. Mm-hmm. So going over to the more sensible people in the business, we have AEW Dynamite this week, and we start off with the show as a Black Lives Matter message that is on the screen and stuff like that, because AEW cares. Tony Khan has already showed the side of support that he is always going to do anything he can to learn and to be with us. So I'm glad they did that. They acknowledge what's going on in the world, and you can't ignore it, especially how hot and tension this thing is. This thing hit different. So we have Excalibur, Tony Schiavone, and Jim Ross on the broadcasting team. You didn't get his new book on Audible? Under the Black Hat?
You know what I'm happy for?
What you happy for?
Next week, Jericho's going to be on commentary. So
that should be entertaining. Who's going to be this? Him and Schiavone?
I hope so.
Is Tyson coming?
I hope not. I hope it's just Jericho and Pineapple Pete on commentary all day.
Mm-hmm. So kicking off the program, we got for the AEW Tag Team Champions, Kenny Omega and Hangman Page taking on Jimmy Havoc and Superbad Kip Sabian. Why? But they won the match to get it last week to be No More Contenders, which I swore that was for Best Friends. But I mean, what do I know? Right?
Well, no, Best Friends won No More Contender match at the pay-per-view. Then they had another match the next week to say, all right, y'all fight them next week. Yeah, but it was weird.
Yeah, it was weird. I mean, the match, okay, Jimmy Havoc takes Kenny Omega and then does a rolling Dream Valley Driver 2 with Hangman sitting in the corner and takes him out. Good chemistry by them. I'm not big. Jimmy Havoc is more of a hardcore wrestler than me. He's not bad. I mean, Joey Janela showed me he can do both. Joey Janela is one I'm a hardcore wrestler and I can wrestle. But Jimmy Havoc is one of the people kind of like who was
Sabu?
Yeah, no, Sabu's worse. Sabu's worse. Sabu's like only hardcore. I'm just saying, but Jimmy Havoc ain't gonna embarrass himself in the ring, but I'm not going to. Whoa, let me go see a Jimmy Havoc regular match type thing.
Right.
They do good. Kenny Omega tosses Kip Sabian on the Adam Hangman Page and does a German suplex, and then they have him in the ring, and then they do their buckshot Viture combo, which for some reason I still love that combination. I know a lot of people don't, and they win and retain the NXT. The AEW World Tag Team Championships. Do you agree? Did you enjoy it?
It was solid. It's a nice little showing. Cause since they haven't been on Dynamite for a long time.
Exactly. Together. So what's going to happen now is since we just talked about earlier, it's going to be Best Friends taking on them for the championship at Fyter Fest.
Mm-hmm. Which is 2 nights, technically 2 weeks back to back.
Oh, okay. So what day is that going to be landing on?
I forgot. I can't remember. July 11th, I think. I don't know. Mm-hmm. They're doing like a TNA thing. TNA used to have their pay-per-views on the show for back-to-back weeks.
You said July 11th or June 11th?
I think July.
Okay, I'm about to say, if it's on my birthday, then I'm with it.
June 11th is like the upcoming episodes. I think it's July.
Okay. They have a video of Shawn Spears and Tully Blanchard having a meeting in the back of an SUV. I think the search for Spears is over with. And missing piece right here until he's clutching his case in his hand. The missing piece that Shawn Spears has been trying to find. And then it's a fingerless black leather glove, and he tried it on smiling. What do you think this indicates?
A heel turn? A real one? I don't know.
He said a real... that was funny.
I mean, all the bad guys, I guess, use one glove, so I guess it's going to be his gimmick now.
I thought it was 90s Shawn Michaels.
Well, yeah, and so Kane, you got Seth Rollins now. And
well, Kane had fingers. Yeah. So we got the Machine Brian Cage coming out with Taz versus Shawn Dean. Basically, this, Brian Cage dominates this. And Taz grabs the microphone, and then he comes out. He's calling out Moxley, and then he'll get the shit kicked out of you. This is not a game. This is serious. You need to get in your head in the game, or your head's going to be taken off at Fyter Fest. Besides your title, that is Brian Cage. He is the Machine. Beat him if you can. Survive if he lets you. Then Moxley comes down. He comes into there, and then he comes to say, "This is fun," and he'll smile and basically doing the whole kind of Dean Ambrose / John Moxley type promo. He said, but very clear. Step into the ring with my title on the line, and this is the furthest thing from a game. Brian Cage, you're the Machine. I'm only human. I can be beat, but dude, it will take you all night long. Taking the AEW Championship away from me is a different prospect entirely. And you're going to find out that at Fyter Fest, you're in over your head and realize that you're swimming with a different breed of shark. Good promo here.
That's a good line. Yep.
It is, but the question I want to know is, so what happens with his double or nothing coin? Is this cash? Is considered cash in?
Nah, I just think that was already the date that they set for him to do it.
So if he loses, he can cash that coin in, that poker chip again, and get a championship again?
The coin is not a briefcase. The coin isn't like a briefcase or anything. It's just what you won in the match.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I think he won't carry it around everywhere, but I get it.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe when the match comes, then he'll give it to a ref. I don't know.
Alex Marvez was on location and a construction site and found Lance Archer assaulting a wrestler
with a mask on.
Yeah, with a so he was all. He said, "AEW was not going to stop me. I'm not here to be a damn spot monkey. I'm here to be a monster. I'm going to show you pain and torture like you never experienced before." And when I say everybody dies, I mean everybody dies. And Jake Roberts kind of apologized to Alex Marvez, but Lance Archer's man from that loss from Cody at Double or Nothing.
I feel like they're gonna make Jake kind of do what Paul Heyman does.
Mm-hmm.
Where he kind of like begs him to stop beating people up.
I like that. And I kind of don't. I mean, it all depends. It's like you're going so crazy, but he might, knowing Jake Roberts, he probably wants somebody to keep on going.
I guess.
Okay, so then please tell me you saw this. I didn't get a chance to see this. The private party in the bar with Broken Matt Hardy.
Yeah, I did. I did see that actually.
All right, so tell you what happened, because I missed this bar. I missed the sequence. I wanted to see.
Basically putting them over. It was like, oh, you guys are a good tag team, just like me and my brother. Anything you guys need, I'll be right there. Basically, that's what he said, word by word.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were just like, "Oh, thank you, Matt." So this is regular Matt Hardy, by the way, not Damascus, not none of them, just regular Matthew Hardy.
Just regular Matthew Hardy. Gotcha. Okay. Yep. And then, so he said, "Yeah, we cool, but okay." So, all right, that sounds cool. I didn't get a chance to see it. So yes, Fyter Fest will be broadcast over 2 nights: Wednesday, July 1st, and July 2nd. Night 2 is Wednesday, July 8th. Okay, so 2 AEW nights.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and it's gonna be live and free on TNT. So
yeah, I think the last one.
Well, last one was pretty good though.
But, Yeah, the last one was okay, but it made sense for them to call it Fighter Fest because it was like an actual thing with the CEO gaming. But this year it's just its own thing. So
gotcha.
I guess
maybe they'll donate the proceeds like they did last year. What was that pay-per-view that they don't donate the proceeds to all the school shootings?
That was a Fight for the Fallen.
Fight for the Fallen. Okay, gotcha. I don't know if they're doing that again or not, but hey,
they might. It's Florida, man.
It's just boom boom. Coke Cabana is taking on Lee Champion.
I hate that that's his official nickname.
Yeah. You don't like Boom Boom?
No.
I understand.
Having it in the theme song is cool, but when that's your nickname, it's terrible.
So Jericho blames Coco Cabana for getting in his way for attacking Mike Tyson. So that's why he wants to face him tonight. And then QT Marshall is still seen flirting with the bunny, which is his wife, on the outside. So is it his wife or are they just dating?
You talking about in the storyline or in real life?
In real life.
In real life, she's married to the Blade.
Oh shit! Okay, she's married to the Blade in real life. Okay, but QT Marshall in the storyline, they just flirting for some reason.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. So the matchup was alright, but Coco Band match will go a certain way. He tried to go and go to the corner and jump over Jericho, but he comes right down to the Judas effect, and Jericho pins him. Jericho's talking all kinds of stuff about Tyson, how he wants Tyson, he wants to match with Tyson, so we getting that stuff built up, and he wants to challenge any man in the back. You know what I'm saying? That got the cojones to come out there and face the La Champion, and here comes freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. And then he comes out.
The baddest man on the planet is what he said.
The baddest man on the planet.
I want the baddest man on the planet. Then Orange Cassidy comes out.
And then he comes in there. He puts Jericho's hands in his belt as he goes in his pockets. And I thought that was funny.
Because he don't have pockets, so Jericho just awkwardly standing there.
Yeah. So Jericho and Hager that's out there are trying to attack, but Cassidy just rolls outside the ring and had the best friends just take him over the barricade. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. And then of course all the inner comes down and stares at him and stuff like that. So this is not over. We probably will get a match of Cassidy and Jericho next week, maybe.
Next week, or they try to stretch it out for Fighter Fest or something.
Oh God, I don't know what that Fighter Fest. Because Fighter Fest, I thought it would be Tyson and Jericho.
Maybe.
Oh, you know what?
You never know.
No, they smarter than that. They would have people pay for Tyson and Jericho. They would.
I guess. Yeah. You're right.
All right, so then
Mike Tyson no time to train.
Yeah. We get a training video of Dr. Brent Baker, DMD, Road to Recovery, and then we get Big Swole taking on Nyla Rose
in the Power Rangers gear.
Hey, I have no problem with the Power Rangers gear at all. Decent matchup. First of all, that Yellow Ranger Swole gear is really hot though. I liked it.
Yeah.
So
she should have had the Black Ranger gear, but I guess you can't.
Well,
not right now.
I mean, I guess she was Aisha.
Yeah.
So I'm about to say, so Aisha be up because if they had the only other black girl Power Ranger was the one from Dino Charge, right? That pink one or purple one.
You talking about like in general?
In general, yeah.
Yeah, no, they had a lot, but they usually are yellow.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you're right. Because you had Aisha cousin from Z and all that stuff. All right, sorry we're getting that Power Ranger nerd on, but yeah. Good matchup here. Big Swole tries to go for that extra long, too much sequence forearm that she do. And then
Dirty Dancing.
Yeah, what she call it?
Dirty Dancing.
Yeah, Dirty Dancing. And then Bud Nyla Rose hits her with that power bomb for the win. So Nyla Rose wins the matchup here. And then so I was like, it's a good matchup, but Swole's not the champion no more. All the women just still looking at her. She's still a dominant force. Alright, and then of course I did not come back until the main event. So I need to know there was 2 interviews that Tony Schiavone did. One with Darby Allin and then one with FTR. So how do Darby Allin go?
Basically, he was like, "Well, Darby, You were trying to get Taz was trying to get you, and he didn't, and you got beat up by Cage. And Darby was like, "Yep, but I had the last laugh," and they walked off, basically.
Okay.
Long story short. And then the other one, FTR.
Yeah.
He was like, "So, what does FTR mean?" It was like, it mean whatever we want it to mean. And then we're gonna follow the rules. And the Lucha Brothers suck. And we wanna. That's what they said.
Yeah.
They literally called out the Lucha Brothers for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Then they were like, oh my god, we attacked the Blade and the Butcher last week because we want the Young Bucks to be 100% when we beat them. Mm-hmm. And then at the end of the thing, Tony Schiavone was like, I thought FTR stand for Bleep the Revival. And it was like, no. They bleep that too. It's like bleep the bleep.
Gotcha.
They beat the, yeah. But then Butch and Blade come out and try to attack them, and then they get separated by security.
Okay, so that's gonna be the Fyter Fest match then.
Nah, I think they're fighting next week.
Oh, Butcher and the Blade taking on FT. Okay, their first matchup next week in AEW, baby.
And hold on, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to read what oh my god. I'm gonna have to cut this out. I just want to read what Dax said. I'm searching for it right now.
Oh, he said to Tony Schiavone?
No, I'm talking what he said, like, about this match. Alright, He said, things you probably won't see in our match. Jumping knee strikes. Handprints on our thighs. Jumping off the top. Miss land and on my feet and do a roll. A super kick. A bicycle kick. A diamond cutter variation, or with a fancy name. A Canadian destroyer and a dive.
That's some great stuff to do. No handprints on our thighs. I like that. That
is actually hilarious.
Backstage, Alex Marvarez is interviewing Colt Cabana, and then about his loss, and then Mr. Brody Lee, interrupts the interview. Is what you do after the loss? Colt, I can help you with that. And then he kind of walked off because they try to get Colt Cabana into the Dark Order, which I don't think I'm ready for. But hey, Christopher Daniels, can you tell him how I feel about the Dark Order? The Dark Order sucks. Every time. Main event time. Jungle Boy taking on the TNT champion, the American Nightmare, Cody, accompanied by the coach, Arn Anderson. First time defense for Yep. For the TNT Championship. I was about to say, do the fireworks.
Really wait till after the match.
Yeah, so these two have a good matchup. MJF is out on ringside. He's threatening, telling Jungle Boy to punch him. Jungle Boy doesn't. But him and Cody have some pretty decent chemistry here.
Yeah, surprisingly.
I'm not gonna lie, because first of all, Jungle Boy is good. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, ever since he's been like more in singles matches, you know what I'm saying? I think he's been real good. So on the outside, AEW likes the old WCW stuff. They got the raised rampway, and Cody gets flung into that. He tried to charge at Jungle Boy, and he kind of flies into that, and then Cody gives the color. You got to get the dusty color with the blonde hair.
Of course.
Cody. You got to make this match.
After a while, Cody gonna be as bad as Ric Flair. Like, you touch him and he just bleed.
I mean, I understand. Cody likes that old school wrestling. That's old school. So I was like, but my man, you about to be 40 years old too. So I mean, like, you might want to chill a little bit. Just saying, leave all to the younger guys, I'm guessing. As Jungle Boy goes to the top, Cody hits with a drop kick, hits a beautiful stalling superplex. Haven't seen that move in a while, other than when Randy Orton tries to do it, but he don't do it all the way. Stalling suplex, and then Jungle Boy kicks out of it too. Also, they're also fighting on the other end of the top rope, and Cody's fighting, Jungle Boy's pushing him, and the Jungle Boy kind of falls forward. At first, I didn't see the table.
Okay.
So I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm like, yo, was that a botch? And then because he's like, he leans forward, and then I see that they fell through the table, and I was like, wait a minute, where'd that table come from? Did I miss him set up the table?
No, it was there.
Okay. So, but for some reason, Jungle Boy's the one that pushed Cody into the table, but Cody was the first one up. So
yeah.
So I was like, I didn't get that one. Cody tries to go for a sunset flip, but the Jungle Boy tries to reverse it and gets the quick pin. He knew it wasn't going to win that way. And then Cody hits the crossroads, spikes Jungle Boy right on his head, and then he wins the matchup. And it was a good matchup between Jungle Boy and Cody.
And then after the match,
well, first of all, everybody came out. You had the whole Jurassic Express came out with Luchasaurus and Marco Stunt, who's literally 14 years old. And you had the coach Arn Anderson and, of course, his wife Brandy. Everybody came out. I think Dustin was out there, too.
QT and the bunny.
And I was like, literally, everybody was the fuck out there. It didn't need to be. And I was just like, okay, so then they hug in the ring and give, respect, and then it's your time to shine. Cody gives off the... You weren't going to do it?
Oh, my bad. Do it again. Right.
Okay, and then after everybody's in the ring and they hug kiss it, then that's where Cody's you-know-what goes off. Yeah, and so Cody's still the TNT champion, which we know that's going to happen. But yeah, it was a good matchup. So that's where AEW ends. So who wins, AEW or NXT?
I give it to AEW this week. NXT is more like it was their go home show, but it was more like a video package show.
Gotcha.
That's what it seemed like. Yep.
Gotcha. Now. So yeah, that was NXT for this week. So make sure we're gonna finish out the rest of the podcast now. But I'm gonna give it to AEW winning it for me this week, all because the main event was cool, even though Cody overdoes shit a lot. But yeah, it wins it for me. So I have no problem with that.